Flame unknown! Stay cool, bird boy.
Boy! Alright guys, welcome. It's been a long time since we posted a video on the channel.
Yeah, it has literally.
We've
ages.
been really active on our individual channels though. You've been putting out a few new videos with a new intro. It's kind of mad. It's quite good though. And a new outro. He doesn't look like he's dead anymore. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, so basically we're just reviewing the Phantasm series. We've been watching it for like the past few weeks. We've been watching them in so there's 5 of them, 1 to 5. So yeah, we're just gonna like give a review of our thoughts about the whole series as a whole. But we're gonna obviously start from 1 to 5.
We're gonna go for each one, then we'll give our favourite moments, our least favourite moments, and yeah. So let's start off with the one that kicked it off.
Yeah, so Phantasm 1. First of all, let's talk about the synopsis. So basically, the villain in it is the tall man.
Played incredibly by, is it Victor Scrum? Is that his name?
Something Scrim.
Scrim. Angus Scrim, wasn't it?
Angus Scrim.
It was, yeah, played by Angus Scrim, who
rest in peace to Angus Scrim.
R.I.P. passed away a few years ago.
But yeah, he's a really good villain. Like the movies themselves, they're not, but him as a villain is really good.
Like in the trailer, you see him. He's got like a walk in it. He sort of like walks in it, and it's just he always gives like a very sort of firm sort of face.
Yeah,
and
it's got a really cool voice as well.
Yeah, and the way he activates his power is always just like with his eyebrow. And so this first film is mainly about a guy called Mike, a young boy called Mike, his older brother, and their friend called Reg. Reg is a side character in this film. But yeah, the film is just about sort of the tall man. He steals bodies.
And Mike stupidly, he basically decides to. Well, he gets involved in something he should not.
Yeah,
because the tall man's basically
he's stealing dead bodies and turning them into like sort of little demon things that sort stuffing out, and he's on a home planet sort of thing. It's
they literally look like the Jawas from Star Wars.
Literally.
So just imagine the Jawas from Star Wars. So and he's turning people into them.
Yeah. So as a film overall, what would you say?
It was. You know what? It was. I'd say it was a good cult classic. It weren't like a amazing film,
but it was quite
entertaining.
It was quite funny as well. I think the tall man is brilliant. The tall man, the way he walks is is really cool. The way there's some really funny shots.
Yeah.
And the tall man, and he's got these little round sort of ball globe things, spheres. And
So like his weapons and stuff, or his companions, I guess you'd say, they're these little ball things, and they kind of like. I think they basically take over the people and turn them into like the
zombies,
creatures.
and they also can kill and suck your brains out. It's kind of mad.
Yeah, but
and it's kind of a bit trippy because the first film ends with it turning out that the young boy Mike, his brother was dead the whole time, and which is interesting. Which is an interesting point, which we'll go back to when we start talking about the last film. But at that point, his brother's dead, but there's a really funny scene with Reg when he sort of activates these 2 pillar things, which is the doorway to the tall man's universe sort of thing, and lots of barrels get chucked on him. He's like crawling, crawling forwards, and the bells. We was laughing in hysterics about that. Yeah. And Reg is an ice cream man, by the way. The film sort of ends where you wonder if it's a dream or not, and then there's a mirror scene, and you just see the tall man, and he just goes like, "Boy," and it's just.
No, it's crazy. There's a lot of silly scenes as well. Like the first 5 minutes, so Mike's brother, the older brother, the one that you find out is dead later on, he basically, for whatever reason, goes to the graveyard to have his fun. Yeah,
to go and have some sexy times, and it's
and it's like, why would you go to
of all places? Like I don't understand. Like if you want to get busy, where's the one? You're not gonna feel sexy in a I don't even think. I don't feel like you could be Even I don't think I've spoken to a single goth who's into
done
like
that?
dark. Yeah, it's not. It's you know.
It's not something you do, like,
Yeah.
and it's like disrespectful. You're
Yeah.
oh no, someone's grief and you're doing that.
That is a bad omen as well. That's gonna bring some darkness to you if you do that.
Yeah, literally. And Mike was really weird. He follows him and he's watching them.
Yeah,
and stuff.
it's kind of crazy.
Mike's interesting in the first.
But it turns out in the end that he thinks the whole thing was a dream and his brother was dead for the whole time and
Yeah.
Reggie's looking after him. Anyway, so that was number 1. So number 2 comes along now.
Number 2, yeah. So number 2 is basically Mike's a bit older. He's also a different actor. It's a different actor in the second one.
Yeah.
But he's playing Mike as well, same character. Now this is where Reg becomes more of like the main character.
Yeah. Which we really like, because the best thing about Reg is he's your average guy, like, and that's the good thing about, like, he's the average guy. He's an ice cream mate. He's got thrown into this shit, and he's got a really cool sort of quad-barreled shotgun kind of thing, and in that one there can't remember much about the second one. Go, you might probably a bit.
The second one. What happens in the second one? So the second one, there's this girl. The second one's probably the most random one, if I think about it.
No, the fifth one.
Well, the fifth one is, but
the second one, they meet up with that girl. And
so there's this girl who also has visions about the tall man as well.
Yeah.
But it's never really explained why she sees the tall man. But yeah, so
try and
she's
fight
the
him
tall
in there.
man.
You see
She's connected to Mike somehow.
Yeah, when they see each other, sort of recognise each other. And
there's that priest guy.
Yeah, there's the priest guy. Yeah, and it's like the whole village sort of like people are kind of like possessed. Is that also the one where you have the gang of dickheads and then they become something? That's the third one, isn't it?
Yes.
And that was a pretty decent one.
Yeah.
I like the fact they focus a little bit more on Reg.
Yeah.
And he obviously tries to hook up with the girl and fails again.
Yeah.
More of the character. It's just good to see more of like Reg as a character. Like Reg as a character. I mean, Mike's okay, but Reg is like definitely like the character you're really rooting for, sort of thing.
Basically.
And it's got again the tall man again on top form in this one.
Yeah.
Has a very cool ending to this, because in this one they're wondering if it's a dream or not.
Yeah.
And he sort of turns up and just with like, no, it's not.
Yeah. Also, this is a sort of there's the same thing that happens in each movie.
The running gag, yeah.
Reggie's always meeting a girl, and something goes wrong.
Yeah.
He always wants to get with the girl, and it never works out.
Nothing. Every single film now on, there's a running gag. Every single film that continues, he tries to hook up, but never. It never happened. Like it just something always. Either either the balls, the spheres come and it ruins it, or they just humiliate him.
This one, the girl's actually a part of the tall man's crew.
Yeah,
she was possessed
or something like that. Yeah, and it was just so he didn't manage to do anything in that one, and he gets kicked out of the car at the end, doesn't he?
Yeah.
But yeah, so
that basically leads to the third one.
Which we agree is the best one, don't we?
Yeah, I think the third one's the best movie in general.
Out of all
just
of
the
them.
way the characters in it are great.
Yeah.
So basically, in this one, how does it start?
In this one, it starts.
It starts straight after the second one, actually. Yeah. So Reg is walking through.
He meets up with I think does he catch up with Mike? No, he goes looking. No, he goes looking for Mike.
He's looking for Mike, and they brought back the original actor for Mike.
Yeah.
Throughout the movies this time.
That's right. Yeah, and so yes, the original actor who plays Mike now.
Yeah.
And with this one, it's basically Reg trying to track Mike down.
Yeah.
And what's really good about this one is that Reg gets some incredible. Reg is the fourth one, because I remember it starts with this sort of like the tall man walks in and he sort of takes Mike with him in that sort of white room sort of thing, and it's like, do you remember? And then it's about Reg trying to track him down. And this one, Reg gets some really, really cool supporting characters.
Yeah. So firstly, we go with Reg. Like, there's this house.
Yeah.
And there's the gangsters you mentioned before. They're in this one.
Yeah.
So they're basically giving Reg a hard time and stuff. They bundle him in a boot and stuff.
Yeah.
He manages to get out because Reg is the sickest character.
Yeah, Reg is just.
But yeah, he gets out, and basically these like goons or whatever, they go into this like house that's there. little do they know that there's a little freaking kid who has these traps that
It kills them.
This kid has a high body count in this movie.
The highest,
he kills all lagoons in his house. So imagine Home Alone.
Yeah.
But with blood.
Yeah.
That's literally what happens in that scene.
Legit, and he gets all of them, and then he lets Reg out, and this little kid is G'd up from the feet up. It's actually mad. Because
he don't even trust Reg at first. He almost kills Reg because he don't trust him and stuff. But then, he ends up realizing Reg isn't a bad guy or whatever, and the kid ends up going with him.
And then my favourite character from the film, within me, is a character called Rocky. She's just badass. So she's
that's it. So basically, after he meets up with the kid and stuff, he tries to put the kid into orphanage, but the kid don't. He's like, no, I'd rather go with Reg. So that happens, and then I think they get separated at one point. Then Reg kind of gets kidnapped to take it to this place.
The crematorium, and then that's when
you see
Rocky and her friend. Her friend gets killed with one of his spears, and Rocky's got nunchucks. She's a badass, and she's
another cool supporting character.
Yeah, really cool supporting character. But in this film, I think the film is the focus on Reg supporting characters, and him looking for Mike and the tool man. I feel like that was the perfect formula for the film. Yeah. I feel like because Reg is a very likable character. Yeah. He's an underdog. You really
you end up rooting for him.
You really that was the most surprising thing about this series. When the film started, you see the tool man, you see Mike and all that stuff. You never expect.
Yeah, basically with Mike. The first movie, you're with Mike, and then all of a sudden. Onwards, Mike actually becomes a supporting character, and Reg is the main guy,
and it's great. So, Reg is fantastic because again, he's just your average guy thrown into this crap. Again, tries to hook up with Rocky. This one, she humiliates him a little bit, which is quite funny.
Oh yeah, so this time I guess you could say he gets a bit more closer. Yeah. Because basically they have to go into this cabin or whatever, and they have to sleep together. There's a funny
scene where the kid was in the car, and the kid's like, oh, and she's like to him, Rocky's to the kid, why don't you come and stay in the room with us? And Reggie's in the back and going no. And
shout out the kid, he's a sick wingman because he actually because he's like, okay, I'll work with you.
I'll wait in the car. It's like that's the kind of wingman you need. Yeah.
So when they go into the crazy, so they have to sleep in the same bed basically because it's like a cheap.
Doesn't she handcuff him and she's like, do anything, and it's like, yeah, cool. She handcuffs him and she goes to sleep.
yeah. Then she just goes to sleep, so you don't really get.
She's really good. Also, see, Reg handles rejection like a G. He takes off a chest, man.
Yeah, and so they have this cool fight scene. I think they go back to see the tall man,
and they find Mike, and then you see this. Then you see
this is where things start to get a bit confusing.
So Mike's brother comes back as a sphere, but you see
he's one of the spheres.
Yeah, it's like
and there's these visions, and he's like a ghost.
Yeah, it's implied that Mike might be one of the spheres in their head, sort of thing. But it goes to the crib.
Yeah, because at the end, Mike gets one of them stuck into his head.
Yeah, he's sort of
so he's kind of possessed.
And they fight the tall man again. But I think they freeze for tall man this one. And then a ball escapes tall man.
Yeah.
Sort of runs off.
The only mistake Reg made was actually in this movie. At the end of this movie, so he destroys the tall man, but he don't check the body, and he don't destroy.
I think that was the second one.
Was that the second one? It might have been the second one, yeah.
But in this one, they freeze. They freeze him, and the ball comes out.
Yeah, and then and at the end of that, Rocky ends up going. She's like, I don't want to get involved in this stuff.
Yeah, and it was really cool because she drives away. And she lives to fight another. And she literally because you know what, it's nice.
It's nice that she survived.
It was nice to watch a horror film because usually horror films.
A lot of the black people die straight away, or they're guaranteed to die. So.
But she kicked ass and she made it out alive. So when she drove on this, I was like, okay, good. Her story.
I still felt sorry for Reg though.
Yeah,
because again, Reg, the girl he liked, he didn't.
He doesn't get anywhere. But she was a great supporting character.
Yeah, she literally.
And kind of what happened to the kid. But
that's that's actually never explained. So I guess we can go to the fourth one. We've basically
the fourth one. Yeah. So the third one ends with that Mike going off the thing he said and his undead brother. So the fourth one comes along now.
Yeah. The kid's nowhere to be seen.
Yeah, we come around to him. The tall man just said, to Reg, we'll fight another day, sort of thing. To be honest,
there's that random police officer creature.
There's a demon police officer who
It's never explained.
Yeah.
He just appears, fights Reg.
To be honest, this is the film we're going to talk about release just because there's not much that actually happens in it.
Yeah.
I mean, there's... No, like, it basically, the scene again is Reg looking for Mike, and...
But there's a lot of shots of just, like, Mike in the desert and
yeah.
stuff.
Apparently, that was due to budgeting, because they had to do a lot of shots in the desert.
Yeah.
The shots of a tall man, I mean, they're brilliantly funny.
Yeah,
I mean,
there was a funny scene where, like, the sun's...
he walks in, it's like... And he's got...
Yeah, he just kind of comes into the camera, but the sun's behind him. It's so...
He's got one of the sickest voices as well. It's like, his one line says, you will only die by me, that is my domain, exclusively. And he's just, I mean, the tall man, throughout all the films, Angus Scrimm is just top tier. Like, I feel like...
Yeah, he's great.
As horror villains go, I feel like he should be up there with Pinhead. Like, I feel like with Pinhead, I feel like he should be up there with him. I feel like he should be, you know, if you list out top 10 horror movie characters, you know, your Michael Myers, Jason Voorhees, Chucky, Freddy Krueger, Pinhead,
He should be up there, yeah. I'd say he's underrated.
Yeah, I feel like
but I think that's due to the movies, not him.
Yeah. Yeah, probably. So yeah, in that film, and then you see that Mike may or may not be becoming like the tall man. Although you do see they do explain a bit more of the backstory of the tall man. About,
So that was the one saving grace of the fourth one. Like, you get to know more about the tall man and what he was like before.
We don't know if he was a human that became like a monster, or he was a human and then a monster took his form, whatever. But it explains like the vibration things that open portals, different dimensions. That was pretty cool to see.
Yeah.
There's one sick scene where
Reg is fighting in the desert.
And to tell them what happens when the thing creeps up behind him.
Yeah, so there's this thing, this creature.
The Jawas, call them Jawas.
The Jawas, yeah. The Jawas are creeping up behind him. And he's like, Reg is just standing there, so we're thinking he don't know, like, he don't know nothing's behind him.
Yeah.
Basically, so we think he's gonna get like attacked or whatever. He literally pulls out his
quad barrel shotgun
and just bang. It looks so sick.
It was brilliant. And then they sort of blow up the tall man, and then like another version of a tall man walks out off from the dimension gate thing.
Yeah.
And the film sort of ends with Mike going in.
Well, Mike dying. That's supposedly.
We'll
we'll explain.
Yeah, Mike kind of dies or not dies,
yeah.
and he goes into the portal thing, and then Reg goes in behind him. There's like a little flashback to the first film.
And there's a lot more. The brother shows up.
A
few
more
times in this movie, and it's and the brother. So the brother. It turns out the brother was
bad.
actually bad. He worked with the tall man. He was already possessed.
Yeah, because
then he gets killed. Yeah. We'll get into it in the fifth
and
one.
Because then the one quite cool, vibrations seem to be the only thing that hurt the tall man. And what happens? What's it then? Mike gets out, but one thing the tall man uses the force. He sort of goes like that, and he goes like, well, he just goes like this. He goes like that. With the, but yeah, so now we go on to the film we watched today, which is
the fifth one,
which is also called Ravager.
Rage warning, because this movie pissed us both off very much. This movie,
because we knew going into it this was gonna be the last one, because sadly Angus Scrimm passed away. I think the same year as it came out.
Yeah, just before it came out.
So yeah. God, this is one of the most difficult films to explain.
This was this was just so random, like the way it was executed. So basically, the premise of this movie, Reggie is having all these visions. There's different dimensions.
It's essentially three different realities.
That's it. Yeah, three different realities.
So
there's one where
which is set just after. So there's one that's set just after the fourth film,
one,
which
is he's walking in the
desert, and then he gets his car back, which is a pretty cool scene. And that's the scene of him in the desert.
Yeah, he picks up a girl, so you know where that.
Yep.
He's another one he's trying to get with,
and he doesn't. They continue that gag for the whole film, and in the fourth film there was also a version of that, and it turns out the spheres were her, and they burst out.
Oh yes, we didn't mention that. Yeah, so the girl in the fourth one,
well, she
didn't even last that long, to be fair.
But yeah, so you're back to the fifth one. So yeah, the first reality. So first we see that this is the first reality essentially is a direct sequel continuation from the fourth film, where Reg is in the desert. He's got his same uniform on. He's got his quad barrel shotgun. This when we saw this was like, okay, this is set. this is because all the other Phantasm films beforehand, number 2, 3, and 4, all set directly after each other. This is we saw was like, okay, this is gonna be set directly after the 4th, and then there was cut to a shot of Reggie in the retirement home.
Yeah, so this is where the confusion starts a bit. He's in the retirement home. Mike's there now. Bearing in mind, we were just chatting about the 4th one. He's supposed to be dead.
Yeah. Also, like we can Mike
because he kind of got killed and dragged into the portal.
Yeah, essentially, but we can extend our belief in.
I mean, I guess there's a way he could come back. I guess if he's got the Sophia, maybe that's kept him alive. But he's good now. This is what's confusing me.
No, Mike was always good. It was his brother that was
yeah.
But so yeah, so essentially there's like 2 realities right now where one where Reggie's again driving looking for Mike, and one where Reggie's in a retirement home in a wheelchair, which doesn't need. We thought that was quite interesting.
That was funny. Yeah, so he's in this wheelchair. There's this wheelchair in the whole movie.
Yeah,
he's sitting in it, and he just literally gets up and walks around sometimes.
And then there's one scene where you see the tall man, but he's just another old patient in the retirement home. In the same
place, in the same retirement home that Reggie's in. They're both like in beds like next to each other.
And those are the first realities. And then again in the so let's name them. So we're gonna call reality 1 Reg. We're gonna call reality 1 Reg is direct sequel to the 4th one. Then it's gonna be retirement home Reg. And the next one we're going to nickname Mad Max Reg. Okay.
Yeah.
So
you'll understand when we get to that because that reality comes a bit after.
And then obviously, reality 1 Reg. He then goes to another crematorium. He then sees, I think, a girl from a first film, and he sort of has a weird sort of like kind of demonic battle with her.
Yeah.
And then we see him sort of like wake up, and it's Mad Max Reg, and Mike is like a leader of a resistance. So this reality is Tall Man 1, and sort of like he took over the Earth, and there's like spheres everywhere, and humanity is sort of like.
And now there's giant spheres for some reason.
Massive ones. And then for about half an hour, it keeps switching between Retirement Reg and Mad Max Reg. And it was so confusing because Mike was in Retirement Reg's reality and saying, "Oh, this wasn't real," and then so yeah, they kept going back and forth, and you just didn't know which one was real, and then. They sort of had kind of like a crossover where Mike gives Reggie a shotgun and Reg turns around. It turns out the demons behind him were also the paramedics behind him were demons, whatever.
Yeah. And Mike's the most entertaining ever in this movie.
Yeah, Mad Max Mike was the best.
Literally.
And the tall man. We don't see him that much in this film,
but
the dialogue he has with Reg in those scenes where it is really good. Like he offers like to give him his wife back and all that stuff. There's a scene on like the red planets of the Tall Man's dimensions where they're all sort of fighting, and Tall Man's using his powers and all that stuff, and he's got his people around him.
Yeah. Oh yeah, we didn't mention that. Reggie's family, they die in the
first film. Was it the first one?
I think it's the second one.
Because
remember he fights Mike and then
it.
So Reggie's family is dead, but
he had a wife and a daughter.
Yeah, the tall man tries to bribe him and say, well, I'll give him back to you. Just stop. Like it's just
leave his affairs alone, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So we was watching this. So essentially, there's 3 different realities right now. So reality 1 Reg is a sequel. Is sequel to number 4. Cool. Retirement Reg is kind of if everything that happened in the past few films was all in his head. Yeah. And Mad Max Reg is essentially
it's the future, I guess.
If the Tall Man won. Now,
so I guess it's like it's weird, man. It's
like
the
most confusing thing happened. So Mike and in Mad Max universe, Mike and Reg they're going and they get picked up by a car. Then by that point, me and Jermal were like trying to piece things together. Then something very confusing happens.
The brother, people, is still alive
in this universe, and so it was like, but he was kind of like a ghost in 3 and 4, or like he was a sphere, but he wasn't a sphere. He was alive and he was kicking in this universe, and it was like.
Yeah,
we were so lost, and then
we're lost. Yeah, because in this one, there's nothing of the sphere of him.
Yeah,
he's just there.
Like, if the sphere of him was there, I was like, okay, cool, he's a projection.
But
whatever.
It was told to us from the first movie, even That he's dead before, like he's dead.
Yeah,
but
and
for some reason he's alive. He's just
it was
alive.
very confusing. And then we was watching, and then retirement Reg dies. Okay, and then so retirement Reg dies.
The one straight after four is
he's sort of
still
there, still walking, and then Mad Max Reg and Mike's brother sort of drive off into the distance and I guess to sort of like, you know, fight the monsters and all that stuff. So we're there watching, and so then it was like a sort of like a mid-credit scene where we saw Rocky. She comes back.
She comes back. Oh yeah, basically there's basically a fight in the world, in Mad Max world.
Yeah.
So the wolf character, I've forgotten his name. He basically essentially in the fight he blows up the tall man.
Yeah. And
so we think he's dead at this point, but in
he
the
just
Rocky,
lost a hand.
Yeah, literally in the Rocky scene.
Yeah.
He just comes back. Yeah. Through like the portal or whatever. He's still alive and stuff. He just lost a hand.
And Rocky sort of like
helps him. They know each other somehow.
Yeah, and then she's really cool. It was really cool to see her back. When they get picked up by Mike and Reggie. We didn't get to see Reggie and Rocky reunited in the car.
Yeah, that was one thing.
I'm assuming they filmed at different times, but
bugged us because they both. Because she gets in the same car, but there's no like interaction between Reg and
Rocky, which I'd love to have seen. It's
good.
quite a funny scene where the actor, we'll call him Nathan Drake, when Nathan Drake sort of like was holding around her chest, and he was like, "You serious?" And then she made him walk. Phantasm 5 ended with like. Here's the thing: if the older brother wasn't in the car,
it wouldn't have been as good. It was still being confusing, but that just threw everything.
Because what we could have imagined, if the older brother wasn't in the car, we could have imagined that Reality 1, Reg, that happened, and then somehow he gets frozen in time for 10 years, and then wakes up in Mad Max Reg, and Retirement Home Reg could have been his dream whilst he was frozen in time.
Yeah.
So. You take Mike's brother out of it. A theory could be, so Reality 1 Reg, he does his thing, he gets knocked out and frozen for 10 years, has a dream, he's a dementia patient, whatever, wakes up when he dies, goes and joins Mad Max, and then they go out and fight, and then that's that. But with Mike's brother being there,
it just kind of
it confuses
the whole series, to be honest.
Yeah, a little bit,
because it's like. What is the rest of the what was his purpose in the rest of the movies and stuff? It was a very unsatisfying ending, like, because now we're just kind of in limbo.
Yeah, because and obviously they can't make. I don't think they should make another one because.
Yeah, well, it said in the end credits like this is the last one because we literally waited
to the end
to see if there was any kind of explanation to what we just saw.
It was great. Like seeing Rocky back, that was a great post-credit scene. Like it was really cool seeing her. And I'll put a bit of the actress down here. She's amazing. But you know what? It was just. You know what the thing is, because we know they can't make another one because obviously the man who played the Tall Man passed away, and you couldn't do it without him. Like he was just brilliant the way he did it, and he was very. You know what? We talk a lot about, no matter how insane a concept the film is, if you've got a good actor who takes it seriously, it really does shine in the film, and I think he was fantastic.
Yeah,
I mean,
he was great.
It just doesn't leave like just that last film. It's like
we feel empty, like because it left us with more
questions
and
but we'll imagine that Mike's brother is just the Sphere ghost. We just the Sphere's in the car somewhere. Well, for our own hearts, we'll imagine this. We'll imagine that. Reg of Reality 1, he did his thing, got knocked out for 10 years, had a dream that he was a dementia patient, came back in Mad Max thing, and then somehow, maybe in the 10 years he was asleep, they figured out a way to use the Sphere to bring back Mike's older brother. He's good now, and then they drive off in the future, and then, they can and Rocky can kick ass, and all that stuff.
This is another thing as well, like, this movie didn't even see, like, the rest of them, they seem like horror movies.
Yeah.
No matter how not scary they were, they seem like horror movies. This one seemed like a sci-fi action movie.
Yeah, it was very
a
butterfly effect sort of thing. It was kind of crazy.
I think Like this, there's things. Oh man.
How would you how would you rank the films of going from best to worst?
Oh, you know what? I'd have to.
Best will be number 3, obviously.
Yeah, so I'd say, you know, I have to. 5 is the worst. I'm sorry, but the way it was, I don't think 5 was needed, to be honest.
Also, the Reg was amazing in it, and the Toolman was amazing in it.
Yeah. It's just, it didn't really help.
No, I
tie
felt
up
like
any
4 was a
loose
better
ends.
4 was a better ending than.
Yeah, that's the perfect way of saying it. 4 was a better ending than 5. So I'd say 5 is the worst. Then probably 4. In fact, no. You know what? I will, because 5 was a bit more enjoyable to watch, even though as confusing as it was. So 5, 4. I mean 4, 5.
5, yeah.
Probably
1.
I'd say 1, yeah.
And then 2,
2,
then 3.
and then 3, yeah.
That's basically the same. I think number 3 is easily the best one.
Yeah, number 3 was a great movie.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so that was so yeah. Overall, I think quite an underrated series. I think.
Yeah, I think it was a good franchise. Like excluding the whole confusion of the ending and stuff. Like the series as a whole is
quite entertaining. And I think as characters go, I think the Toolman is a really good villain.
And Reg is a very good protagonist.
Yeah. I think together, I think they're brilliant. I feel like they should like. And you know what? He's got his own weapon. He reminds me a little bit of Ash from The Evil Dead, because Ash has got his chainsaw arm. Reg has got his he keeps his ice cream uniform on, and he's got his quad barrel shotgun. Like, you know what I mean? I feel like I feel like big shout out, big RIP to Angus Scrimm. He brought a really interesting character to life.
Yeah, he did. For real.
And yeah, you know what? I'm glad we decided to watch this series, because I hadn't watched it before.
We've seen some bad shit. This ain't one of them.
Yeah, this
one was enjoyable.
This was very enjoyable.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, listen. If you haven't, please subscribe to the channel. If you've got another theory of how part 5.
Yeah, if any of you lot have watched 5 and you've, please, in the comments tell us, because both of us are still trying to figure out what the hell's going on.
Yeah, 5 was like, oh, brave.
So yeah, like if you lot got any theories, go ahead and watch them. Like honestly, like they're funny to watch.
Yeah, honestly,
fun, entertaining.
Honestly, go and watch them. They are funny, and you know what? The Toolman, he's just brilliant.
Toolman is a good.
And the way he activates his powers is very. You know,
like the way he speaks is because he is intimidating. Like he like the way he walks and stuff. Like it's good, man.
And also apparently Angus Scrimm, the actor, was very lovely. Was very lovely in real life.
Which is nice.
And he was dedicated, because he was in his 90s when he filmed that last film.
Yeah. So the last film came out in 2016, and like the gap between the 4th one and 5 was big.
Was almost 20 years.
Yeah, because 4 came out in like 97, was it?
Yeah.
And then
2016,
2016 was the 5th one, so yeah, man, he was 90, so he
did good, man. Well. Credit to him. Anyways, guys, do like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and we're gonna try and get out some more regular videos.
Yeah, definitely. We'll try to be more consistent.
Alright,
Anyway,
peace out.